So here's what happened. In the early 2000s, America was obsessed with innovation. Silicon Valley had convinced the world that technology could solve anything: health, money, time, even death. So when a small startup claimed it could transform blood testing, people wanted to believe it. The company's name was Theranos, and the promise sounded simple: one drop of blood, hundreds of medical tests, fast, cheap, painless. It sounded like the future. The face of Theranos was Elizabeth Holmes. She was young, well spoken, and confident. She dropped out of Stanford University at just 19 years old. That alone made headlines. In Silicon Valley, dropping out doesn't look like failure, it looked like destiny. Holmes, dressed in black turtleneck, spoke in deep, calm voice, and compared herself to Steve Jobs. People listened. Elizabeth Holmes didn't just sell technology, she sold hope. She claimed her device called the Edison machine could detect diseases early: cancer, diabetes, infections, all from a single drop of blood. Doctors will no longer need large vials, patients will no longer fear needles, investors poured in money. By 2014, Theranos was valued at $9 billion. Elizabeth Holmes became the youngest self-made billionaire. On paper, imagine that. There was just one issue: the technology didn't work. Inside Theranos labs, employees knew it. The machines failed tests, results were inaccurate, sample has to be secretly tested. But the company told the public something different. Employees were warned not to speak. Secrecy agreements were extreme. Questions were discouraged. Fear replaced innovation. Theranos built a powerful board: former US Secretaries of State, military leaders, political heavyweights, not scientists, not medical experts. This gave Theranos credibility without scrutiny. When journalists asked questions, they were threatened with lawsuits. When employees raised concerns, they were fired. The lie was protected aggressively. Eventually, a few employees couldn't stay silent. They knew patients were receiving wrong medical results: false positive, false negative. Real life were at risk. One reporter from the Wall Street Journal began investigating. What he uncovered would destroy the company. In 2015, the Wall Street Journal published its investigation. The article revealed that Theranos technology did not work as advertised. The company denied it. Elizabeth Holmes went on television. She smiled. She denied wrongdoing. She promised proof. But evidence kept piling up. US regulators began investigating: the FDA, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Labs were inspected. Violations were found. Theranos was banned from operating blood testing labs. The miracle collapsed. Investors lost money. Partnerships collapsed. Stores put Theranos testing from shelves. Elizabeth Holmes went from billionaire to defendant. The company shut down, but the story wasn't over. In 2021, Elizabeth Holmes stood trial. Prosecutors accused her of wire fraud. They argued she knowingly lied to investors and patients. Holmes claims she was misled by others. The jury didn't agree. In 2022, she was convicted. Elizabeth Holmes was sentenced to 11 years in prison. She was ordered to pay hundreds of millions in restitution. The image of the Silicon Valley prodigy was gone. What remained was a warning. This wasn't just a story about one company. It was about blind trust in startups, power without accountability, image over evidence. Theranos didn't succeed because the technology worked. It succeeded because people wanted it to be true. The blood testings never worked, the billions disappeared, and the truth arrived years too late.